Eye gate. The eye is the gateway to the mind presents. America develops worldwide interests 1900-1920. The First World War. In June 1914, the world was shocked by the news that the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary had been shot at Sarajevo in Bosnia. Have you heard that story? Austria-Hungary, claiming that the assassination had been planned by Serbians, declared war on Serbia. Russia, an ally of Serbia, massed troops along the Russian borders. France, bound by treaties of friendship with Russia, mobilized her army. An ambitious Germany, which had encouraged Austria-Hungary's action, declared war on both Russia and France. Norm Macdonald jokes. Germany used the historic invasion route through Belgium to attack France. Aroused by the German invasion of Belgium, Great Britain entered the war. Britain, France, Russia, and the nations fighting with them were called the Allies. Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey, and Bulgaria made up the Central Powers. Italy, an ally of Germany, did not join the Central Powers later in the war. She joined the Allies. The most important reason for the war was the ambition of German leaders to gain control of the nations in southeastern Europe. With these nations under her control, Germany could build a railroad from Berlin to Baghdad. Over this railroad, Germany could send her products to the Near East. She could bring oil and other raw materials to Germany. By winning control of southeastern Europe and the Near East, Germany could seize the Suez Canal and cut Britain off from India. Germany was ambitious to acquire colonies and build a mighty empire. Early in the war, the Germans forced the French and the British back to the Marne River in France. Here the Germans dug themselves into trenches to hold the line. The British and French, unable to break the German defenses, also dug themselves into trenches. For 3 years, the two armies faced each other without winning a decisive battle. Both the Allies and the Central Powers needed food, arms, and munitions from overseas. Britain used part of her navy to tie up the German warships in their home ports or in foreign harbors. Britain's remaining warships swept German merchant ships from the seas. Germany struck back at Britain by using her submarines to sink ships carrying food and supplies to the Allies. One of the terrible weapons of the war was poison gas. New weapons of the war, such as tanks and liquid fire, were developed. The airplane, a recent invention, became a valuable weapon of war. Over France, airplane battles occurred for the first time in history. Things to remember: the assassination of the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary was the spark that started World War I. Archduke Ferdinand. Britain, France, Russia, and the nations fighting with them were called the Allies. Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey, and Bulgaria made up the Central Powers. Airplanes, tanks, poison gas, and liquid fire were used for the first time in this war. German submarines sank many British ships carrying food and supplies to the Allies. The End, produced by Highgate House Incorporated. Jamaica 35, New York.